We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Hello and welcome to Music and MaryJane, Sundays at 12 noon Eastern, part of the Pace Radio Network. Always found at paceradio.net. People advocating cannabis education.
With your host, Craig McEachran.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 30 of Music and MaryJane. Super excited. We have Essie Thomas on the show, and I've just had a lot of time to listen and absorb some of Essie's tunes, and now I'm very pleased to bring it to you. Welcome, Essie. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Pleased to be here for your Dirty 30.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's a special episode for us. And we were talking before the show, and I guess we are recording on a Wednesday, and this Wednesday was a special day for you as well.
Yeah. I mean, every Wednesday's a special Wednesday, isn't
it? I've had a wonderful time getting to know some of your music. What kind of had the evolution of your sound? How did you start crafting your style?
Yeah, so I mean, I started playing really young. I was one of those kids with a guitar and just always writing little tunes and things like that. And so I sort of I spent a lot of time like writing, little ditties here and there. I started performing pretty young. I was probably about 11 when I started performing full time. I had a manager and all of that sort of stuff. And
right.
I just sort of stayed with, I suppose we'd call it dad rock. I played a lot of dad rock. A Crowded House, like a bit of Zombie, like the Cranberries, the Eagles. Mum was a really big Eagles fan, and she loved. She wanted to hear things like Hotel California and House of the Rising Sun and stuff like that. So in the days when I was doing a lot of covers, like that's sort of really how I started out, and then I was a big fan. I remember Mum had a record laying around the house. It was Tea for the Tillerman.
Yeah.
Cat Stevens.
And
I fell in love with it big time. And, I suppose I didn't have a great deal of influence growing up. Like, there's only, those couple of records that I really, held on to and just loved so much. But, I tried to branch out. So I call my genre contemporary folk.
Right.
It's sort of like it's a genre that potentially I made up because everyone was asking me what genre of music I played, and I didn't want to say that it was rock. I didn't want to say it was blues. I didn't want to say that it was folk. It's not traditional folk, but I like being a folk singer.
Yeah.
And I did have a time there where I'd go out and I'd see lots of friends playing music, and they'd have these big bands and they'd be playing like ska music, or they'd have this like rocking band happening, and all these people dancing, and I'd be like, I want to write songs that make people dance too, and I'd go home and I'd sit down and I'd get my little pen and paper out and I'd start trying to write this song, and it'd just turn into this really sad slow love song.
Right.
And it was at that point in my early 20s where I went, I'm just not really budging out of this genre, this like broken heart, tortured artist, occasionally softly political sort of spot. And so I sort of ran with it. I just had to be really strong in that and give myself a lot of grace and say like that's where you sit.
Yeah.
And that's where you need to feel comfortable, because that's what your heart sings.
Exactly, and the passion. I know. Like once I started, at first I listened to the live EP, and it just kind of like floored me how much passion and emotion, and I found there was soul there, and it's nice to be able to just be able to explore those, irregardless of how it comes out, and I don't know, it just fits.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, that live album, that's really something. You know, I listened to a few songs. So that's live at Splendour in the Grass in Australia. Yeah. It's a pretty big festival. It's sort of like the Coachella of Australia.
Right.
And, you know, so it's pretty, like, mainstream festival, but, like, I've worked with those guys on a production level for about 11, 12 years now. And so they, you know, I have been managing venues and I've been taking care of their stages for a really long time, and finally got this band gig on one of our, you know, little world stage. I mean, I say it's little, but it's a pretty big stage. So, yeah. You know, I got a spot, and I listened back to that album now, and just the other day, you know, driving to work, and it came on in a playlist, and one of the songs, and I thought, like, geez, is that me? Like, how'd I do that? You know, that it really is like, it's sort of, a few of those songs are a bit of a step out of time. Like, I got really, really lucky with the band, and had some incredible musicians to work with. And, you know, it really, really can change the sound of a person's music so dramatically to have such a dynamic group of people. I
agree.
So, yeah.
Hey, let's take the opportunity to play a track off of the EP. Hey, we can listen to. I've got "Run to Save Your Soul," which I really, just the guitar just that caught intro. Me right out the gate. The intro was super powerful. You know, you're aware of the term "rubberneck," where it just forces you to, like, whip your head around and go, what?
I mean, you learn something new every day.
Well, there you go. So what I do is I normally absorb music while I'm preoccupied with the immense things that I put myself in front of. But then I love when that moment arises where there's that sound and it just makes you stop and whip your head around. And the guitar just came out and I just heard how bombastic that tremolo was, and I was just like, okay, I'm taking a break. So, which is wonderful. So, so here's Essie Thomas and "Run to Save Your Soul" on Music and MaryJane.
When the wind hits your face and it chills to the bone, changes the pace that we've all been running to the roots of the seeds you sowed, to the heart of the empty bowl where your soul comes to be nourished. So run, oh, run, oh. violin strikes a tune and we come to play. To the place where the people are caged, the grass is pretend, and the earth has been paved, and we all come to play. So run, oh, run, oh, run, oh, now run to save your soul. Run to save your soul.
That was Run to Save Your Soul. That was live off of the EP. And where can people graciously purchase your music right now?
Well, so pretty much all the platforms,
Okay.
you can get a hold of that. I mean, if we're talking about a gracious purchase,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the best place to buy music is direct from the artist's website.
Absolutely.
Always. It's always
Absolutely.
going to be the best bet.
Mhm.
Because that's the place that gives all of the money to the artist, because it's, you know, in the case like an artist like me, it's completely self-run,
Mhm.
which is why it's not exceptionally well updated.
Well, it's fair. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but, you know, like, obviously, you know, we've got iTunes, we've got, you know, Apple Music where we can stream it, we've got Spotify, all of those sorts of things. You know, Spotify is great. I think go ahead, buy the album and then stream it on Spotify.
Oh, totally.
You know, bang for your buck. Get it all in the one spot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But in terms of graciousness, you know, like, artists get, what is it, 0.001 cent
Yes, it's...
of a song streamed. So,
Mhm.
yeah, so essiethomas.com is probably a good spot.
That's a
start.
great spot. That's a great spot. Just so listeners know, stay tuned, because I think we've cooked up some more actually live in the Pace studio wherewithal of this remote computer gadgetry. We might have some live performances. So, but first, I was listening to the full length, and I was also quite taken aback by the track "Hold On." It was the first one that came crashing into my earlobe, so it was just the way it went. But now, I remember you saying that you were at the Mom Cup in Vancouver, right? And
Yeah.
And that's where you met the co-host of Pace Show, Kim, and it's just cool how small the world is. And then, you know, Kim got a hold of me and said, "Oh, yeah, you should give Essie a buzz. Maybe she'll come on the show." And it was Hold On, you know, just kind of strapped me in, and I was like, okay, let's listen to this whole thing. And it's wonderful. So how long ago did you record the full length?
So the full length came out in 2015. It was, you know, it's been a while between drinks, or between puffs, you know, music and MaryJane. Yeah, but a lot of those songs came about, you know, anywhere between like 6 and 10 years ago.
Right.
Hold On is particularly close to my heart. Like, the song, I wrote it in my little bedroom. You know, it was a song that I wrote about dropping a lover off at the airport and knowing that you're not going to see them for a really long time. And like, the way that it evolved musically once we got into the studio was just like, I remember the first night after, you know, I had my van. You know, I was sleeping in my van in the car park of the recording studio because I had 2 days booked in the studio, and I just remember having my headphones on and falling asleep to the first bounce of the song, because once we started adding extra elements, like, I just fell in love with it. I think that's probably one of the most astounding parts of the process.
It is.
For recording is, you know, hearing everything layered on top of each other and just, like, absolutely falling in love with the song that you've created over and over again. And, you know, the song has a really beautiful history behind it, because, you know, first I've written it for my lover and dropped her at the airport and you know, had this really emotional time around it. And then several years later, I was in a place in Australia called Cairns, and I was playing a show at my little favourite place I like to play, you know, every winter. I go up north, you know, because north is closest to the equator, so that's the tropics for Australia.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, so I went north and went outside during my break, and, you know, my damn lighter had run out of fluid. So
oh no.
I had to ask the fellow next to me, "Excuse me, can I use your lighter?" And we got to talking, and he was like, I was like, "Well, you know, where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from Melbourne, you know, but like I met this woman on the internet and I came to see her, and I fly back in the morning and I'm actually really sad about it. And, you know, but, like, it's nice food here and your music's been nice so far. Thanks very much," and all this stuff. And, you know, me being socially awkward and all of the stuff, I was like, "Oh, yep, thanks very much. I've got to go inside and start playing music now." Just end the conversation as quickly as possible. But I went inside and sat down and had a look at my set list that I'd written out for myself, and Hold On was the first song that I was due to play in this next set list.
Right.
And I look down as I start playing, and it's this man and this woman that he'd met on the internet, and they were holding on to each other for dear life.
Wow.
And crying throughout this whole song, and, you know, and that was really touching, and you know, and that was, like, you know, I sort of, like, was able to go away with that memory and be like, oh, I really hope that song, you know, was a really nice thing for them. And, like, I didn't really think much about it until it was around time to release the album. I did a crowdfund for it.
Okay.
On Possible. So, you know, we tried to raise $10,000. I mean, we didn't quite hit our mark, but, you know, a solid year and a nervous breakdown later, we got some material ready, and I released that song on YouTube just as a little live version, and I received a comment on that live version, and the comment said, "I don't know if you remember, but we met in Cairns and you used my lighter and you played this song, and I was supposed to get on a plane the next day, and I want to tell you I didn't, and I stayed, and now I'm living with the love of my life." And
oh wow.
And so that just sent me into this big old spiral. Like, that was absolutely crazy. And you know, just to know that I'd written a song in my little bedroom and then gone ahead and this guy had reached out. So now this story goes on for a little bit longer. So
that's cool.
About 6 months later, it was winter. I went north. I got my little gig. And I reached out to those guys and was like, "I'm going to play, you know, you guys should come.
Yeah,
it'd be great to see you. You know, like, it's always nice to see familiar faces and people who like the music." So they came along and you know, they were just the most beautiful couple. They were so in love, and they was just, like, absolutely smitten for one another.
That's
and
so cool.
I played that song, and he got down on one knee and he proposed to her.
No way, that's so fabulous.
So then, let's fast forward another 6 months, and the woman got in touch with me and said, "Essie, in 6 months' time, in the winter, we're walking down the aisle, and I'd really like you to play this song." And so I played that song for this beautiful woman to walk down the aisle. You know, and this is fast forward 2 years. So
right.
Like, it was this beautiful full circle, and now they have this beautiful little girl. Like, they've got. I'd like to say now they have this beautiful little girl called Essie, but they chose a different name, and that's fine.
Well,
my ego doesn't need to extend that far. No, but just to be able to see how, when you have such a tangible, like, results from just writing a little song in your bedroom because you're sad that your girlfriend's got to go home, and you're in a long, like, it. I just couldn't believe how powerful that was.
I just love when the emotional connection transfers over, and it creates its own storyboard.
And that's really the magic of music, but also the magic of, like, playing music live.
Absolutely.
Just that little heartstring there for any musician listening. Like, I know you're hurting. Nobody's played any gigs for such a long time. We're all hurting. I feel you. I see you.
We're here.
With you.
Yes.
We're here.
Oh,
we
yeah.
love you.
Yeah. And
we're sorry.
And we all feel that we should all be creating something beautiful on a live stage together very, very, very soon. But that is such a wonderful story. Let's play Hold On. This is Essie Thomas. Hold on Music and MaryJane.
If you were leaving here tomorrow, we'd stay up all of the night, pretend it was still yesterday. We'd ask the birds to be quiet, 'cause we're trying to hold off the break of day. Drive you there really slowly, so that the trip would take all day. And I could take a wrong turn, baby, oh, just hoping that you'd miss the plane. So when your feet, they hit the ground, you would say, what the hell am I doing here? Oh, can you be ready to turn around? So I'll hold on. Hold on. Hold on. as you fly away, with words have come back to me, and a promise to be safe and to hold on. Hold on. Hold to hold, hold to hold on. Hold on. If you were leaving here tomorrow.
All right, hold on with Essie Thomas. Excellent surprise that we kind of cooked up while we were chatting before the show. Essie has offered to play a couple of songs direct live here right now. That's pretty fun. That's pretty
Right here,
darn
right
fun.
now.
Right here, right now. No other place I'd want to be, really. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm showing
set you up.
I'm showing my age. I knew the song right then, like that. But yeah, we have
So a live song.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, so, you know, like, I think since the power of technology has, you know, musicians had to become technical geniuses overnight with
we did
with COVID hitting, didn't they?
for sure.
So it's amazing that we can, you know, just make this possible. I'm just here in my little office, you know, like you're across the border. So
I'm far. I've got enough snow to share with the entire mountain peaks of where you are. Yes.
well, you can keep it
Yeah.
right there where you are. Thanks very much. We're getting a pretend spring
Oh,
down here, so yeah. Yep.
fair enough. Well, luckily we are blessed because we have juiced up all of our internet shenanigans for entertainment purposes. Thankfully, this is Essie Thomas, and this is Wishing on Stars here on Music and MaryJane.
So ease your mind while you're soothing your soul. So we're losing time as your story unfolds. And take both your hands when you're taking hold. Push the lines, break the mold. We're wishing on stars, it isn't hard. Or don't you change or forget who you are. So we're chasing dreams of these distant memories. You see, we're chasing strings to see where your heart might lead. You're taking leaps to feel the crash landing. We're wishing on stars, it isn't hard. Boy, don't you change now. So drink it down to the empty cup. It was never half full, it simply wasn't filled up. But one day you'll find that you might decide it was just enough. Ooh. it isn't hard. Oh, don't you try.
Oh, all right. Essie Thomas, Wishing on Stars. Thank you so much. Hey, stick around, listeners. Right after the break, we're going to have more live Essie Thomas. Stick around. We'll be right back after these sponsored messages.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
The People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada is an organization working to improve cannabis legalization in Canada. They have a mission and values that includes all Canadians, no matter where they come from. The values are including everyone, as no one should be excluded from participating, equality, diversity, advocacy, along with cannabis education and research, plus industry, safety, and professional standards. If this is an organization that has the same values as you, check them out at People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada.ca. Once again, People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada.ca. Check them out.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more. We've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
Hey growers and grow shops, do you want a 20% increase in yield from your cannabis grow? Then you need Calexa Nutrients for bigger, better buds. Grow Micro Bloom is a 3-part premium-based nutrient trio specifically formulated to give you bigger, better buds. Win your own sample kit by heading to CalexaNutrients.com and contact us with your name, email, and catchphrase. We will pick one random name on the Pace Radio Facebook page. So remember, check out Calexa Essential Nutrients for bigger, better buds at CalexaNutrients.com.
CP operates a medicinal cannabis signing clinic. If you want to grow your own medicinal cannabis and are located anywhere in Canada, then I'd like to suggest that you give them a call. They can be reached at 1-613-967-9888. That's 1-613-967-9888, and grow on with CP.
Growing your own vegetables, flowers, or even medicinal plants can be a challenge without the right equipment and proper know-how. At BMA Hydroponics, not only are they your urban horticultural experts and suppliers, but their staff holds the customer's needs paramount to making a sale. Family-owned with decades of experience and knowledge, they offer free advice in person, by phone, or email. BMA Hydroponics wants to ensure you have the advice you need, which is why you'll find tips and tricks on different ways to grow, like wick, ebb and flow, drip, or aeroponic system, as well as other helpful links at bmahydroponics.com. If you can't find what you're looking for, just let them know, and they'll do everything they can to get what you're looking for. At BMA Hydroponics, each staff member also possesses a federal exemptee MMAR license, making their strong suit empathy, experience, and dedication to their customers. Because when you know how to grow, you'll have results that make you proud. BMA Hydroponics in Belleville, Ontario. Visit bmahydroponics.com.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
All right, we are back. This is, so far, this has been wonderful. And we have another live track with Essie Thomas. Here is Many Callers, One Son on Music and MaryJane.
It is life. Oh, and how our mother, how she cries. Oh, you won't ease my mind, 'cause I've been troubled for too much time. And oh, and I will not be still while the blood of this earth is being spilled. To be one voice, all that it takes is choice. Oh, and together we will rise. We'll be many people standing side by side. Oh, you won't ease my mind, 'cause we've been troubled for too much time. And though we will not be still while the blood of this earth is being spilled. Oh, this land is. Oh, we're together, we must stand. Oh, our voices raised as one is. We'll be many colors united by one sun. So all stand tall. Stand for your children, stand for all. With all our voices raised as one, we'll be many colors united by one sun. No, we will not be still while the blood of this earth is being spilled. We will not be still. We will not be still, no. But all stand tall. Stand for your children, stand for all. With all our voices raised as one, we'll be many colors united by one sun. We'll be many colors united as one. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Essie Thomas, Many Colors, One Sun. This, it's beautiful stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining us, man. We still got more music. This is so much fun.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh, it's the best.
It's the best.
Yes. I also had a couple more tracks that I was able to snag from both the full length and the live album, which of course listeners can grab at SEThomas.com. The Don't Look Down it kind of caught me. That was a cool track. I have that lined up here.
Yeah, good tune.
Yeah, that
song
believe...
actually turned out to be one of my favorite on the album.
Yeah, I gravitated towards it too.
Yeah, it's a pretty it's definitely a very tortured artist sort of, I mean, and on the topic of music and MaryJane.
Oh yes.
I smoke CBD. I love a bit of CBD, but THC when I smoke, it generally makes me pretty tone deaf. But
I have a similar occurrence sometimes. I go medicinally. I use edibles because I'm an epileptic. Okay, and CBD is of course part of that regimen because you'd be silly not to. Just for the idiosyncratic triggers, right? The mental triggers. The great thing about the edible THC is what I do is I normally overclock my cannabis, so I grow it a lot longer and I cure it a lot longer, so it brings a lot of THCV and CBDV out. So that's why I eat it more than smoke it. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, makes sense. But
so this next song that we're going to play, I was, again, it's another song about another girl that I dated, and she was coming to the USA. Actually, she was leaving for an undetermined amount of time, and we were sort of, we were going to try and stick it out, and she left, and it was like my whole world crumbled. Like, I mean, it was totally fine, everything was fine, but of course, in true tortured artist style, like it was the end of the world for me. And I remember, I just sat in my bedroom and I rewatched all of Doctor Who. And I smoked so much bushweed that it just, I mean, I was in Australia, so I metaphorically smoked so much because you're not allowed to smoke in Australia, so technically I didn't smoke in Australia, actually I did, but I didn't because that's illegal and naughty.
Yes.
But I and so on the point of being tone deaf, like a lot of the best songs that I've written, I've been like absolutely baked, and I record them on my phone, and then I listen back to them later, and I'm like, oh God, those lyrics are wonderful. But, oh, listen to them. Oh God, what is going on with my voice? Like it was. And this was definitely one of those songs, and it was sort of like a throwaway song. It was kind of like, we could put it on the album. And then, like, the person that I was working with, so I'm going to mention him, Scott French. He is the guitarist on majority of the music that you hear. He is really such a big part of what people hear in the finished version of Essie Thomas music. And, he's the guy who's playing the intro for Run to Save Your Soul at the start. And it's because I've turned around to him and I've said, I want it to sound like, and he's like, I've got you. I'm like, I want to see tumbleweeds blowing across a road at the Grand Canyon, and he's like, I've got you, and so this particular song, like, there was one bit, in the recording process, and I was like, it just doesn't quite sound right. I just sort of want to hear this, like,
I totally got that. Yeah, I totally got that on the first listen. I was just like, oh man, this totally brings me right to the corral. Like, I'm right in the corral. Yeah.
And so he's walked in with a pedal board and thrown it down on the floor and hits record and is like, do you mean like this? And it was exactly what I could hear in my head. And I was like, Scotty, you've done it again.
You've done it.
Absolutely amazing. So, this song, like, I like to say that it was, it's my song brought to you by Scott French. He was the recording technician. He played several instruments on the tune, and he's just a mastermind. He really is such a genius and a creative genius.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, yeah, love the tune. So enjoy.
Enjoy. This is Don't Look Down by Essie Thomas on Music and MaryJane.
So she said nothing should faze me now. She said I will never live by my bounds. And she said keep an eye on your battlegrounds. Until her words became her doubts. The look in your eyes and the smile on your face keep telling me lies to keep keeping me safe. Not towing the line if you're leading the pace. So keep striding, don't let anyone slow you down. So don't look down, don't look down, don't look down. Ooh, just keep her busy and moving her hands, showing her, telling her just where she stands, keeping a distance and keeping it tight, watching her struggling just to survive. But she'll be fine. Just a little bit broken. Oh, 'cause she said nothing should faze me now. And she said I will never live by my bounds. And she said keep an eye on your battleground. Until her words became her doubts. Till her words became her doubts.
Don't Look Down, Essie Thomas, and we are back. We have a little bit of time left, and I do want to do one more track for sure, because I think listeners are going to really dig, your stuff, and because I know I do, and so therefore I'm
stop. I mean, tell me more. I mean,
let me just reach around here and pat the back here. No, but I love, ever since I was a little kid, and I first picked up a stringed instrument and went, this is mine forever. I've always loved the discovery portion just as much as the creative. So it was wonderful to have you on the show and be able to put some live music together. It sounded wonderful, and but I wanted to give you an opportunity to give some shout outs and plug whatever you can right now, because with the live venue situation as it is, we want to support our artists. So yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to plug. With the onset of COVID, we sort of had to figure it out, didn't we? It was where were we going to get our clap meter from?
Right.
where are we going to get our clap filled? So, so I started a Patreon, and look, it's pretty much kept me alive, really. Like,
really,
in all honesty. Look, not only, there's a financial aspect. So Patreon is like a subscription platform, a bit like a Netflix, but for creators. So you pay like $5 a month. You sign up on a subscription. You can pay anywhere from $5 to $200, and you can get like different perks for the different amounts of money that you want to contribute. And then I post content during the month. So I'll do a song during the month, and I do a live stream once a month. So a live stream concert in my lounge room, and which like, of course, like, I come from a production background, so of course we've done the like, okay, great, so we need to like get some new curtains, and we need to like get a full lighting rig, and let's like do all these things. So it got really fun.
I've got I have a corner, and I have one of those little folding walls, and it and a lazy boy, and like basically that's me in a nutshell. I have a 500-watt stereo system, a laptop, and a lazy boy. So yeah, I understand production.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
So like, so there's the financial aspect that's sort of like, it's it's contributed so fully. I'm immunocompromised. I would catch air if it was contagious, and turns out with COVID-19, like, air is contagious. So I've been pretty scared to go out, and the financial aspect has pretty much paid my rent. It's like bought new gear. It's like kept me fed, and
that's
then
fantastic.
And
Absolutely.
then just having that drive and that community, I am so grateful to all of my patrons that are part of this little community. It's a closed group. And it's somewhere where I feel like I can be a bit more authentic.
Oh, very cool.
Like when you post something on like social media, or you post something publicly, you want it to be pretty polished. So it's just actually so nice to be on Patreon and be like, hey, here's this like little thing that I was working on last week. What do you reckon?
Oh, true.
I'm currently working on a cover, a Gautier cover, and it involves a female and a male vocal. So, of course I've learned how to do some video editing now, and, the video is actually I think planning the video has been more fun than actually recording the song, because
that's cool.
The video will involve like full femme makeup, the lipstick, the works. Like, my patrons don't know this now. If any of them are listening, they do. But it's going to involve...
Don't give up the secret. Shh.
I know, right? But the girls'
Stop
part,
secret.
I know. But, I get to have fun. And it literally keeps me alive.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
Yeah, so
where is that?
Like, so that's patreon.com / Essie Thomas Music. Patreon is Patreon. Patreon.com / Essie Thomas Music. And I mean, I'm on there, and there is thousands of creators on there. If there is a musician or an artist or like pretty much any sort of creator that you like, the chances are that they've got a Patreon, and it's such an incredibly fruitful way to support musicians and artists, because like, I feel like I can give back for what I'm receiving, and vice versa. So it's a really beautiful cycle.
It's very cool, very seamless. Yeah, right on. So So head over there, check it out. That is Essie Thomas Music on Patreon.com. That's very cool. Well, thank you so much for... any other shout-outs? Anything at all? Other than, everyone head to the website, buy the recordings, hit the Patreon.
I mean, look, the only other shout-out that I could have is, like, let's just be serious about this COVID thing, get it knocked over so that we can come out and party again.
Yeah, I think it's a short-term pain for long-term gain. I think as far as the musicians that I've been fortunate to A, work with, and B, talk to over the last little while, people let's be safe, let's be smart, let's kick this thing in the butt so that we can all gather in a field together, dancing, singing as one, real soon.
And I tell you what, the minute that festivals open up in Canada again, I'm going to be jumping on a plane and heading on over there to play a circuit. I've heard that the summer circuit in Canada is absolutely beautiful, and it's been on my bucket list for years.
Well, keep us posted, because I think there's a bit of a Pace Radio road crew that would gladly come and see you. And,
I'm down for it.
I'm down for a little backstage jamming as well. I'll bring a few bowls with me.
Maybe we could record it and play it for the listeners.
Why not? I mean,
why not?
Stranger things have happened, right?
All right. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Listeners, don't forget, keep on supporting and thriving, and together we will continue to create music together. And this is Don't You Go. This is the live version. And again, Essie, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an awesome time.
Oh, thanks to you, and thanks to everyone listening.
Right on. Take it easy, and thank you again. Here is Don't You Go on Music and MaryJane.
Don't you go working yourself away for somebody else's pain now. So don't you go working your time away for somebody else's day. Out of everybody else's business now. Go keeping your mind from thinking that this world's not so kind. Go keeping your eyes on the road where they're supposed to go. Go keeping you seeing all the dreams that you've been needing to see. Don't you go, don't you go, don't you go, don't you go, no. Said don't you go, don't you go, don't you go, no. Said don't you go, don't you go, don't you go.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Growing your own vegetables, flowers, or even medicinal plants can be a challenge without the right equipment and proper know-how. At BMA Hydroponics, not only are they your urban horticultural experts and suppliers, but their staff holds the customer's needs paramount to making a sale. Family-owned with decades of experience and knowledge, they offer free advice in person, by phone, or email. BMA Hydroponics wants to ensure you have the advice you need, which is why you'll find tips and tricks on different ways to grow, like wick, ebb and flow, drip, or aeroponic system, as well as other helpful links at bmahydroponics.com. If you can't find what you're looking for, just let them know, and they'll do everything they can to get what you're looking for. At BMA Hydroponics, each staff member also possesses a federal exemptee MMAR license, making their strong suit empathy, experience, and dedication to their customers. Because when you know how to grow, you'll have results that make you proud. BMA Hydroponics in Belleville, Ontario. Visit bmahydroponics.com.
CP operates a medicinal cannabis signing clinic. If you want to grow your own medicinal cannabis and are located anywhere in Canada, then I'd like to suggest that you give them a call. They can be reached at 1-613-967-9888. That's 1-613-967-9888. And grow on with CP.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
Hey growers and grow shops, do you want a 20% increase in yield from your cannabis grow? Then you need Calexa nutrients for bigger, better buds. Grow Micro Bloom is a 3-part premium-based nutrient trio specifically formulated to give you bigger, better buds. Win your own sample kit by heading to CalexaNutrients.com and contact us with your name, email, and catchphrase. We will pick one random name on the Pace Radio Facebook page. So remember, check out Calexa Essential Nutrients for bigger, better buds at CalexaNutrients.com.
People Advocating Cannabis Education Radio Network, found at paceradio.net, brings you 4 weekly live broadcasts. Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern, we get started with the Reefer Reporters. Wednesday brings you 2 live broadcasts. First, we get started with Cannabis and Coffee to Marijuana at 12 noon Eastern, followed by the Pace Radio Show at 8 p.m. We're not done yet, because on Thursday, the Reefer Reporters return with yet another Reefer Report. Meanwhile, once a month, Thursdays brings you the Grassroots Advocate, the Pace Radio's audio magazine. All of these shows, plus more, found here at paceradio.net.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
The People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada is an organization working to improve cannabis legalization in Canada. They have a mission and values that includes all Canadians, no matter where they come from. The values are including everyone, as no one should be excluded from participating, equality, diversity, advocacy, along with cannabis education and research, plus industry, safety, and professional standards. If this is an organization that has the same values as you, check them out at People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada.ca. Once again, People's Alliance of Cannabis in Canada.ca. Check them out.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail-order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.